What was your best month?
In the best month, shit. I think 38. 38. I know. Okay, in the last 3 months, I have 62K in revenue.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope all is well. So today, we are at the podcast studio in North America. This is like #1 ranked on Google SEO. It's called Adam's Basement. Okay.
That's called the super secret podcast studio. I'm actually serious. That's what I put it as.
Super secret. So like, if you try to find us on Google Maps, it's just you're never gonna find us. We're like 800 meters below the ground.
We just don't have like a Nintendo Switch to control the boat.
We could be in Russia for all they know.
Google
Siberia. Could be in Siberia. Okay. So today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk a little bit about sales. Okay. I hear a lot of people talking about many different things in business, and yes, other things are important in business. But today, if you go on my YouTube, which is actually up here, I talk a lot about market selection, building offers, school communities. I talk a lot about a bunch of things, but I've never actually really I've never really done like one video where I just kind of dissect sales and talk about sales. Okay. So today what we're going to do is Adam is pretty much one of my students. We've been working together for 5 months, 4.5, 5 months at this point. And, we've pretty much brought Adam from, how much were you making before?
I'd say as a whole,
like rough.
Like, so I still do in-person training. Obviously, that's something like I'm working towards like not doing. But it's hard to say no to like $100 an hour.
Yep.
But less than 10K for sure. Like easily. Like if we're talking like January, February, March of just this year, probably like I think my best month between those three was like 7K, 8K.
7K, 8K.
And that's combined both online and in person.
Yeah. Yeah. And what did you just hit? What was your best month?
In the best month, shit. I think 38. 38. I know. Okay, in the last 3 months, I have 62K in revenue.
How does it feel?
Very nice.
It feels good because I know how hard you've been working, and you actually, out of a lot of my clients, you work extremely hard.
Yeah.
And I have a ton of respect for you for doing that. And you've been doing this for like, this is not like, oh, I just want to start out online fitness. Like, you've been doing this for
it's been a minute. It's been a grind. It's been a up and down. Like the analogy I use, life and business is like a stripper's booty. It's ups and downs.
It's ups and downs, and you just gotta stay hard.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, you gotta stay hard. You gotta eat the shit sandwiches, and you gotta enjoy the shit sandwiches. Because if you don't enjoy shit sandwiches, honestly, like you're never gonna be able to enjoy, like whatever, like Kobe beef or Wagyu beef or New York strip, whatever delicacy of beef, right?
100%. So today, actually, pretty much Adam's transformation from, let's say 7-8K a month to like, a 38K month. Obviously, it's not like you don't hit like a 38K month and then the next month it's like recurring revenue, for example.
Yeah.
You hit it, maybe next month is 20, 25, 30, I don't know. But had an amazing month. Still doing amazing. I want to accredit a lot of your success to actually understanding sales on a higher level and operating on an actual higher plane. Because a lot of, from even the last podcast and just kind of knowing about your history, a lot of your failures, from my point of view, have actually come from you worrying too much about like certain, I want to say mechanisms, for example, like, oh, Instagram inbound, oh, this software, or oh, this thing, when yes, that stuff is important, but a lot of it actually has to come down to what you're saying on the sales call, what you're saying on the appointment setting calls. Are you fucking up certain parts? Are you not digging enough? Are there certain things that you're doing that are just like totally messing up the conversation? Because, I'm sure we can both agree on this, once someone is on a phone call with you, marketing is in the past. Nothing matters now. It is all on you to employ certain sales tactics and become influential enough to push them in the direction of those last 3 digits on the back.
Yeah, actually, it's funny you say that. I had a call like a couple of weeks back. I had it never happened before. I had the entire credit card, and then she wouldn't give me the CVC. And she's like, I have to think about it. Now, thankfully, I was able to loop, and I still got it. But I thought it's like, if you're ever trying to close and like you get that, like it was just like I was just there. I was so there. I didn't give up. I got the sale. Like she just basically
you just put the tip in.
Yeah, I just it was very anticlimactic for a minute there, but what's it called? With a lot of like business and with a lot of what I was doing, you mentioned in one of your videos, but basically the moral of the story is I was worried about this, that, and the other thing, and this acquisition channel, and this fucking thing, and this CRM, and whatever. And basically, just focus on one thing, or whatever. Just focus on many things. It doesn't matter. But then once you get setting is a whole other thing in itself.
Oh yeah.
That's so much. At least in my opinion, that's really easy to do. It's really easy. Like my stats, like literally 70% of the people that answer my phone call, I book on a call. Now, do they show up? That's a whole other thing. But nobody's gonna have 100% show up rate. You don't have 100% show up rate, right? You have a high show up rate though because YouTube. But what was my point with this? My point is, you need to learn sales. And for me, I thought I was good at closing.
So does everyone else.
See, I think that's the case. Like, I don't want to name him. I mean, he's probably not going to listen to it, but like my first coach that I had, he thinks he's so good at selling, and he's not. He's great I would say if any in-person trainers are watching this right now, there's a huge difference between in-person training and obviously online training. That's a different thing. But I'm saying in terms of in-person selling with an in-person consultation versus an online consultation, whatever you want to call it. Could be called a game plan chat, could be called a consult. It doesn't matter, whatever thing you want to call it. When you're getting on a Zoom call, a Google Meet, FaceTime for all that matters with a prospect, it is such a different entity than getting to talk to them in person. The reason why, when you're talking to someone in person, you probably will have the same objections. It's just a lot harder for someone to bullshit, in my opinion. And it's so much easier to read them because unless someone's like just a serial like liar, or they're really good at acting, it's really easy to tell if they're bullshitting with the way they look, with the way they act, with the way they speak, and also like their tonality. That's a huge thing as well. I'm sure we'll touch on that. Tonality is a huge part on this, but online selling and in-person selling is so different. And like I never thought I was really that good at selling, especially because like my stats when I worked at a commercial gym was pretty awful. Granted, they didn't teach me that well. Like I worked at Good Life. For anybody like wondering, it's like the biggest. It's like the equivalent of LA Fitness in Canada. It's the biggest one in Canada. Well, I sold like 2 large packages. I sold like 2 people like for like 10K deals, but out of like 150.
Yeah,
that's dog shit.
Yeah.
And so when I transitioned to then working for myself, I definitely left a lot of money on the table. Because sometimes I would almost negotiate with myself, and you've literally reviewed some of my shit, and you've told me that like it's like the first person to say X loses or say the number loses. I would literally negotiate with myself before the prospect even came to a decision. So I literally like left money on the table, like when I was trying to do consults on my own. And yeah, I think one of the biggest things would be tonality. Another thing is like, getting to understand like the deep points. There's like Neil used to say the golden nugget, right? Or the golden iceberg, or he gave me the iceberg analogy. And like he drew something on a mirror board where it was like you have to dig deep enough to get to the golden nugget. And it's like if someone says they want to lose weight. So this is the difference between a good person who's like can do sales and someone who's like I guess an advanced level or like knows what the fuck they're doing. A prospect is going to tell you they need to lose weight. That's level 1. That's not okay, great. Give me your credit card. Next level is like how much and why. And then some people will give you a specific amount. And if, in my opinion, if you don't really have a specific amount, that's not really going to work in your favor. Because then it builds pain, right? And then you have to build on it. And then some people will be like, why? Because, my health sucks. What the fuck do they mean by that? Right? You have to dive on that. And then some people will be vague, but some people won't. And then you have to get to very niche and specifics.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 100%. And the thing is that we're going to have to kind of go through as well. And this is where you kind of like, you've seen the movie The Matrix, of course, right?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay.
I love Keanu Reeves, though. Shout out to John Wick.
Yeah, you gotta watch The Matrix. But pretty much quoting The Matrix, paraphrasing from The Matrix, there becomes kind of a point in sales where you can kind of see the entire conversation as a whole, and rather than kind of focusing on the micro and what to say, you kind of can look really objectively and you can see kind of how everything is unfolding in a sense. Okay. And what we're going to be working on, and I want to actually talk to you about this, I guess probably outside of this podcast as well, but we can talk about it here, is identifying certain personality types that you're selling to and adjusting your plan accordingly. Because that is one insight that I got from a lot of my closing friends as well. For example, I know a few guys, I actually went to Miami with them. His name's Sham, great guy. He closes like 280 to 300K a month for he's a high ticket closer. Makes great money. Like, do the math, 15% of that, it's not bad.
Oh, that's solid.
Yeah,
I mean,
per
even
month.
at 10%, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, right. So he's doing amazing. But one of the points he brought up to me, and that I see a lot as well, is identifying certain personality types, like an A-type personality who's more confident, who's more outlandish, who's more maybe a little bit rowdier on the sales call, acts like they know a lot.
Yeah.
Those are the certain, like those, that's gonna be a totally different strategy than an engineer archetype who's conservative. Oh yeah, I just want to lose, you know what I mean? It's a lot different. So what I want to go through today, what we can actually probably do, I would love to do this, maybe a little bit of a role play.
Oh God.
A little bit of a role play. But, okay, this is the thing. I can sell to you,
Yeah.
handle your objections, do whatever.
Yeah.
Or you can sell to me. I think we should start with me.
Well, it's like when I watch like Grant Cardone type of conferences, he will obviously nitpick the shit out of anybody trying to prospect him, but then they try to do it. It's like the roles reversed, and then they learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm obviously not going to be on the same level, but it would probably people will learn through me watching this role playing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do that then. This is going to be pretty interesting. So we'll dive into it. Let's just say that my offer is $5,000. I'm a fitness coach, and your name is Adam, and you want to lose some weight.
So are you role playing? Like, am I starting as the prospect, or you're starting as the prospect?
I'll start as I'll try to close you.
Okay. So
I will close you.
yeah, more than likely, because it just gets to the point I'm just gonna pull shit out of my ass. Okay, so I want to lose like 100 pounds.
Okay. Do you want to do a full sales call, or do you want to go from objections?
I mean, at this point, if someone doesn't know how to get to the root cause of the issue, that's their fault. They should just focus on objective handling, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because if someone has just a vague understanding of how to like ask questions and probe, like,
yeah.
the most, like, you can literally get to the pain point within 10 minutes. Then you can just take the next 45 minutes of overcoming objections.
Yeah. So what I'll do then, we'll start from objections. What I'll tell you though, just kind of about the other portions of the sale, just from kind of a general point of view, is you're going to want to, number one, understand why they're on the call first and foremost, and then you're going to want to get into a deep understanding of where they are, where they're wanting to go, and the roadblocks that are stopping them, and then relate it back to your process. Do a presentation, keep it short, and then you're going to get maybe some objections, and that's where we're going to kind of take it from. Okay, so let's jump into some objections. I'm just going to give you a presentation out of my ass, and then we'll just take it from there. Cool?
Gotcha.
Awesome, man. So pretty much kind of, the process that I do, is it kind of cool if I just kind of briefly, what do you want to go over a presentation?
Oh, yeah. Well, eventually, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just writing that down as notes for later.
Sorry.
If someone's wondering, he was looking at me.
Okay.
Not literally right now. I was just writing that down in general.
Yeah. So, you know how you said you're kind of looking to lose, 30, 40 pounds?
Yes.
And because of that, you're having kind of a hard time, I get it. The wife wants you to get that weight off. It's a little bit difficult. You've been having some hard times with that. And you're just really want to get that off.
Yes.
So pretty much what we do, kind of from head to toe, I'll just give you a brief kind of an overview of what I do. Pretty much what I do is, because you're looking to lose 30, 40 pounds, that's not really an overnight process, okay? Mm-hmm. A lot of people will kind of sell you a pipe dream of, lose 30 pounds in 10 days type of thing, or lose 30 pounds in 3 weeks. With you, in order to make sure I have success with you, is I'm going to at least need 6 months of your time, okay? If 6 months for you is like, oh, I want to lose weight quicker, I'm probably not the best guy for that, Okay. But if you're willing to work with me for 6 months, and if you're willing to really, kind of go through some pain with me, then that's the process. It's a 6 month process. Pretty much what we're doing head to toe is we're getting certain areas locked in. Okay. So number one, what we do is we do a lot of base tests initially. So we're pretty much really trying to find out what is your body, what are you about, okay, your blood type, what foods work best with you. And then I'm pretty much helping you at the start figure out a nutrition plan that we can work from. Okay. After that, we're then going to supplement on top of that a workout protocol, which is very, it's not very intensive. I know you said you work 5 days a week.
Yes.
You work 5 days a week, 9 to 5 or 8 to 4?
9 to 5.
9 to 5, exactly. So it's only really going to be about 3 to 4-ish kind of days a week of working out. I'm pretty much going to give you everything you're going to need and then build that entire process, walk your hand through literally everything. And then I'm going to be there for accountability. We're going to do several check-ins and kind of that's pretty much it. But I'll tell you this, man, okay? Because listen, I've had a lot of sales conversations and people who reach out to me, "Hey, I want to help with coaching. I want to lose 30 pounds." But a lot of people don't actually really get success. Okay? And I'll tell you this. The difference between someone that gets success and someone that doesn't is very simple. It's just, are you really willing to kind of go through some trials and tribulation and really be there to, ask questions and really be there? If you can say to me right now, Ashton, this is something that I can 100% commit to. I'll be disciplined. I'll give it my best foot forward. Then this is something that potentially we can partake. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. From my presentation, what kind of, stood out to you? Do you have any sort of questions or does this kind of all check out?
Well, yeah, like how does the program work?
Yeah, like I kind of just roughly explained that to you. What about the program does not make sense to you?
Well, I just mean like I don't really know what it looks like and like how it works,
Yeah, what about the program?
Well, I guess in terms of like the workouts, like how would that work?
In terms of the workouts?
Yeah.
So pretty much in terms of the workouts, I'm giving you pretty much it's going to be roughly, I want to say 3 to 4 days a week. If you can't do that, we may have to pull it back. We can maybe go forward if you're super comfortable working it a little bit more. But that's really, we go through that together a lot on the onboarding to really figure out what works with you. Because some people can't commit to 3 to 4 days a week. Some people can. Some people want to do more. That's really what we're going to be going through together when we're kind of figuring out where you're at.
And then in terms of like, I guess, nutrition, like should I do keto or should I do carnivore? Or...
Yeah. So like I said, so pretty much in our onboarding, when we're actually starting, we're gonna pretty much figure that all out together. And we're pretty much I'm walking with you through this entire process, holding your hand through everything.
Okay, so like, should I do keto or should I like? It's just like I don't know. Like I'm trying to figure out like what diet I should do.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out together. I'll hold it together here.
I'm laughing because like this happened to me a couple days ago.
Yeah, like why do you want to do? Are you interested in keto or?
Yeah, I just see like Brandon Carter doing it all the time, and I really want to do that.
Love that guy. Yeah. Okay. So you saw his content and you're just like, I want to do this. Or?
Yeah, I want to look like Black Mr. Clean on GH.
Okay. No, for sure. If specifically you're wanting to kind of go with like keto options like Brandon Carter, it's not a bad option. Mm-hmm. I would actually maybe look into that.
Okay. Awesome.
See, that's the thing. You would never say that.
No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. That sounds.
Why are you
fantastic.
on this call then?
No. Okay. Great. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So, do you have any other sort of questions, or does this kind of like check the boxes of kind of what you're looking for and maybe helping you?
No. I think yeah. No, this is something I think would help.
Yeah. Why do you think that?
Well, because you said that you're gonna customize everything to me. And we're going to do keto so I could look like Brandon Carter and be more lovable and sexy for my wife.
Got you. And this is the thing. I'll tell you this right now because you seem like a pretty logical guy. A lot of people lose weight, but they don't really it's not really a priority for them. For you, in terms of doing this, is like, I know this is kind of a tough question, but like, is really losing weight, is this something that's like really important to you?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, like that's kind of why I joined the I signed up on the ad and we're talking. You know.
No, 100%. I'm glad you're taking action on this. And like, let's say if we were to play this game, if you were to give me like, let's say on a scale of like 1 to 10, you know, like 10 being like, oh, you know, like I need to lose weight because this is so important to me, and then 1 is like, don't care. If you give me a number.
7.8.
Very specific. Why kind of a 7.8?
That's just what I averaged in high school. It's 78%. But I don't I don't I don't believe in perfection. So I don't really do anything like a 10 out of 10. And
Inside
and-
joke.
No, it's I literally got this today, like this morning. He was like, yeah, 9 out of 10. And like I'm like, why? And anyways.
Okay.
So, yeah, 8 out of 10.
Okay. That's good. That's good. So like 8 out of 10 is like you care about wanting to lose weight, but it's not like I don't like have to. This is not something that like if you didn't lose weight, like are you cool with that or?
I mean, like, if I don't, like, I don't want to waste time, and I don't want to, like, be in the position that I'm in now, but, you know, I have kids, and I have a job, and I have a wife,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, I got other stuff to do.
When you say you don't want to waste time, like what do you kind of mean by that?
That's a very good question that I, pretending to be a prospect, do not know how to answer.
Come on.
I don't know. When it comes to not wasting time, like I want to be here longer for my kids, you know? Like I don't want to like regret this 5 years from now and be like, "Oh shit. I should have done this," you know?
Yeah. No, that's very powerful. And like this may be kind of touchy and, you know, a little bit personal, but let's kind of play that game a little bit. Like let's say hypothetically, you know, 5 years passes and, you know, you're still 30 pounds. Let's say you gain 5 to 10 pounds extra. Let's say you're 45 pounds overweight. You know, like, what would that be like?
Man, I don't know. I don't even want to think about that. Like, I just don't think like I'd be happy, and like my wife might leave me because I'll just become like very depressed, and my health will get worse probably. Like I'm already a pre-diabetic. I'm on blood pressure medication. You know.
That totally makes sense. When I lost weight as well, like it was very difficult. It was like, you know, it's like do I do it now? Do I wait? It's this game that you kind of play with yourself. And, you know, I respect you for kind of wanting to, you know, want to save time and you know, want to get started on this. So for you, like, you know, I know losing weight and I know you're trying to save time, but why do you kind of think like, you know, you have a job, like you're pretty busy. Why is this something you want to do like specifically now?
Well, I feel like if I don't do this now, like I said, I'm gonna kind of hit my I'm gonna kind of regret it. Because it's like I don't like being in the position that I'm in now. I don't like, you know, looking in the mirror, and when I take pictures with my friends, I don't like looking at them because I'm fat, and it doesn't make me feel that good.
When you say it doesn't make you feel that good, like what does that mean?
Well, not confident, big lump, like not sexy. Life doesn't want to love me.
No, I totally understand. I totally understand. Must be difficult, huh?
Yeah, man. Imagine like I work so damn hard. You know, I work 9 to 5, 35 hours a week, sometimes overtime, like 50 hours a week. Come home to the wife. She don't want to love me.
No, I totally get it. So this is something that, like, you know, because a lot of people, to be completely honest, will like procrastinate. Oh, I'll lose weight next year, or oh, next New Year's. So this is something, just to clarify, that, like, you know, you're wanting to get started on now.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So what I'll do from here is I'll kind of just briefly walk you through like the next steps, how all that stuff sort of works, and then you can kind of let me know if that kind of checks out for you. Okay. So pretty much with my process, like I said, it's a 6 month process. Specifically with you, we would need 6 months. For those 6 months, we're looking at a one-time investment of 5K.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, boss. I don't have that type of money.
No, for sure. I totally get it. Just kind of going back a little bit, like you mentioned you work about like 35, 40 hours a week. Roughly, if you were to kind of give me like ballpark how much you're making a month, what is that roughly like?
Yeah, I don't really feel comfortable like divulging in that information, boss.
No, I totally get it. I totally get it. Just the only thing, right? And I don't want to sound kind of like arrogant or cocky kind of saying this, but like, in order for me to help adjust and find a program that works the best with you, let's say, 5K is too much. Like, I just would have to kind of know a little bit about like how much you're maybe making and how much you can maybe invest, so then I can kind of tailor something to you. So like if you were to give me a ballpark how much you're roughly making, it doesn't have to be a specific number.
Well, I thought going in like I could probably do like 200 a month or something like that. That's something like I could definitely do. But yeah, like the 5K, I don't even know what is that, like 800 a month. That's a lot. Like I got diapers to pay for and a wife to pay for, and a house. This economy, man. Like,
Oh man,
you'd fucking Trudeau. Like, it's just insane. Like, I
no,
can't.
for sure. So like, let me just I'm gonna kind of guess here. Like, are you making roughly around like 5K a month, 4K a month?
Yeah, I think take home. Are we talking before or after taxes?
Let's say net, like what you're making after.
Yeah, so probably, because shout out to Trudeau, probably like 3,800.
3,800. Okay. So you're making about 3,800, and how much of that is going to like expenses and stuff like that?
Well, I'd have to run the numbers. I don't.
Yeah,
really
like
know.
top of mind, like ballpark. Doesn't have to be specific.
I would say, like, I try to put money into savings, but it's really hard most months because like the grocery prices are just like insane, bro. Like,
Man, I get it. Yeah.
I think maybe I have like I said, maybe like 200, 300 left over at the end of the month because
Wow.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, for example, like when I was first, getting into business and stuff, I had to, like, I didn't know that much, so I had to also invest kind of in like a mentor, kind of like what we're doing here. And I only had like, I think I had like 5K in my bank account, and the guy was charging like 7K or something like that. So I literally spent like all my money to do this, and thank God it paid out, and it really motivated me. But I didn't really have that much kind of saved up. So like for you specifically, like in terms of like, I guess how much you have, like, I guess saved up liquid, how much would that roughly be?
Maybe a couple grand, bro. Like times have been really tough. We had to move. Another baby that was on plan for, I think off the top of my head, maybe like got like 2 grand, 3 grand. That's about it.
2 grand, 3 grand. Okay. So let me ask you this. I just want to make sure, like, losing weight is like, you can definitely, like, I can give you cheap alternatives 110%. If you're sitting here and you're like, you know what, man, like, I want something super cheap and I don't want to spend 5K, man, I totally get it. I can send you over to like maybe some Good Life or something maybe a little bit more within your budget. But if you're like looking for something, I guess, a little bit more custom, more hands-on, kind of what you were explaining to me, then potentially this could work for you. So like, I just want to make sure, are you looking for something, I guess, super like cheap, affordable, not really hands-on, or something, I guess, a little bit more like hands-on, walk you through the process?
No, I really like everything like we talked about and what you said. I just don't think I can afford it at this point,
So let me ask you this then, in terms of, I guess, how much you can afford. If you were to give me, like, I guess, kind of a number, like, I can do X amount. Like,
Yeah.
how much would that roughly be that you can kind of invest?
Yeah, like going into this, I thought for sure I could do 200 a month. I could probably squeeze out and push it to 3, but that's like top end.
Okay. So 300 a month. I'm just gonna run the numbers here. So 300 a month for 5Gs. That's gonna be roughly
I don't fucking know.
12 to 15 months. I don't know, something like that. Okay. So what I can maybe do, I'm just checking. Is $300 a month, is that something you can 100% affordably do?
Yes.
Okay. So what I can do is I can put you on a payment plan where pretty much you can pay $300 a month for, I believe there's options for 12, 15, and then 20 months as well, where you can go ahead, do that. We can get started and get going with that.
So what is this like? I guess a firm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. But most likely he's probably not going to
So I
qualify.
kind of know what a firm is. Okay.
But most like I tried with a guy in the same scenario, he didn't qualify. Cause
Really?
yeah. Like
Okay.
30, like he nets 3,800, has 2 kids.
Yeah.
XYZ. He was definitely interested.
Yeah.
Wanted to do a firm. I would have like gone the PIF. Didn't qualify.
Huh. Okay.
Just throwing it out there.
That's an yeah.
But
maybe
I
he
was
has a bad
still-
credit. Like some of those guys have great credit scores.
Some, no.
yeah.
Like I had another guy. I got 3K
Yeah.
through a firm with him. Didn't work, but it's worth trying. I still like salvaged the sale to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Anyways, to finish this, I guess we could try to do the firm. If it flops,
Do you want to take a role play from when it flops?
well, yeah, because shit, I don't even know
definitely
how to
difficult.
handle that.
Yeah.
Because that's happened to me like fucking 5 times.
Okay. Well, let's say 5 sales here.
Okay. All right. Here's the bank info, and well, shit, it didn't work.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is your like, I know this is kind of a personal question. Is your credit score like kind of low, or what's kind of going on?
I don't know, man. I can check it. I think it's like 650, 700, maybe 600. It's been a while since I checked it, but like I pay everything, you know.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. And do you have like, you know, if this is something you I guess kind of really want to do you have like other cards or like a business card? I know you kind of said you work in a business. Do you have like a business card or any other cards?
Yeah, but that's just for the business.
So you just have one credit card.
Yes.
Gotcha. No, that totally makes sense. Let me ask you this. I don't usually do this, but like, I just want to double check. Like, you know, is this something that you guys 100% value, 100% want to do?
Yes.
Okay. And are you going to be like the most committed person? I want you to ask questions. I want you to be there. Are you going to be that guy?
Yes.
Okay. So what I can tell you is this. Because you're going to be that person, you're going to give a level of commitment. What I can do is potentially find an alternative method that maybe we can work out. I know you're based in Canada. Okay. Maybe we can work out some sort of number through some alternative method that we can potentially work out on. Okay.
What does that mean?
Okay. So pretty much what we would do is we would potentially do some level of deposit or upfront payment. Okay. And then after that, we can just do the payments on the card for X amount of months.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
So right now you have how much money in the bank account again?
Like $2,000 in my savings.
It went down $1,000?
Okay. Yeah, sure. $3,000 in my savings. Sorry, I forgot what I said.
Okay, so you have $3,000 in your savings. Okay. So what I can maybe do, and when are you getting? You're getting your paycheck next week, right?
2 weeks.
Making this hard.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No, so you just got your paycheck.
Yeah, I got it yesterday, bro.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. So what I can maybe do is I can maybe get you on a small upfront payment. I just want to make sure that you're comfortable with this because, again, like if this is something that you're just like, oh, I really can't afford this, then I can 100% find, cheaper alternatives for you. Okay. But if this is something that like you're 100% committed to, what I can maybe do is like, I guess on that $3,000 note, what's a number that you kind of feel comfortable, I guess, putting down as like a level of a deposit, and then after we can kind of continue with payments, etc. We'll kind of more as an afterthought in a sense.
Yeah, I think like top end, boss, like the top end that I could invest into this would be like $300 a month.
Yeah.
I get paid in like 2 weeks or 13 days from now, so maybe then I could do like probably take some off that top of that one and do like 500. But I wouldn't be able to do it until then. I could do like 300 now, and then like, or we could wait 2 weeks and then I can do 500 then.
And you have that the same credit card. You have that credit card, right?
I only have one.
Yep. Awesome. And what's your limit on that?
I'm trying to think of what a person with bad credit would have as their, I don't know, $3,000.
8 mil. Okay.
$8 million? What?
I'm playing with you.
Oh, okay. What the fuck?
Okay, so you have $3,000 on that credit card. Okay.
Yeah, and it's pretty maxed out. I'm not gonna lie. I just got back from a trip.
Oh, nice. Where'd you go?
Cuba.
Cuba. Awesome. Okay. So what I can maybe do then, this is the thing, I don't normally do this, and I want to help you, but like, I just want to make sure that this is something that like is, I'm not like, it's within your budget in a sense. Okay. So what I can maybe do is we can work out a payment, maybe through e-transfer, maybe just through your card, of one-time payment of $500. Get started with that. Get you going on that program. I want to make sure that you're actually liking it. You're actually seeing some results. And then we can figure out monthly payments, maybe $300 or something along the lines of that after.
Cool.
Awesome.
Done. Here's my card or info.
Okay. So that's like a fucking brokey. Like,
Yeah.
he's so...
Ooh, recovery. It's a good thing there's nothing in there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I have to think about it, but I feel like for the role play, that is by far my Achilles crutch in the recent weeks or months.
Yeah.
Because I do such a good job of overcoming objections with the financial and the spouse.
Yeah.
To when it comes to them giving me an objection, the only logical objection that they can give me is that they can't give me the spouse because through pre-framing, like I don't set them and ask them. That's a waste of time. If anybody's watching this, don't set and ask them about their spouse. That's stupid. I learned the hard way. I used to do that. Just do it on the call. Ask them about their support system. And then in terms of I can't afford it, I always ask them when they're talking about nutrition. I always slip in the question about if they're eating out, how much they're eating out. And if anybody's overweight, they're lying to you if they're not eating out at least twice a week. There's no fucking way. They're not eating 21 meals at home in a row. There's no way. Unless they're 600 pounds and then they can't move. And so, yeah, the only logical objection that most people give me is I have to think about it. There's obviously nuances, but majority is I have to think about it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. And a lot of it is, like, from an objection handling point of view, this is something that I think maybe you need to maybe, like, test the waters with. You could probably try this a little bit as well, is disqualifying a lot at the objection. Because when we get an objection, a lot of us take it really personally, and it kind of hurts our ego. Oh, you want to think about it, you motherfucker, right? Instead of doing that, like, just
need the car.
yeah, just pull back, like, and be like, hey, like, if you're looking for something more affordable, I can point you in the right direction.
There's a Planet
And that
Fitness
fucking
down the street.
that turns them. That's like, oh my god, what? Like, they're expecting you to be like, this combative person, and then you're like, what are you looking for? Like, if this is something you want custom help with, then I can help you. But if you can't afford it, you can't afford it, man.
It's like psychology, right?
Yeah. Right. So, like, that's kind of the strategy that I've been doing a lot. And then a lot of it as well is making sure, like, okay, if I'm going to do this, are you going to be disciplined? Are you going to be the best client ever? Because I don't normally do this.
Yeah.
Make sure they say yes. Okay. Just want to make sure that we can be on the same page with that. I can do this. Boom. And then just close them on, I don't know, some retain or some deposit.
Yeah,
Boom.
some customized solution.
Yeah.
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 But I would say most times try for a firm. It's worth a shot.
100%. 100%. Yeah. 100%. A firm's definitely the best way to go.
Or there's Klarna, but Klarna's kind of garbage. It only allows you to, it's like you split it into 4 over 2 months. It's not that great.
Gotcha. Huh. Okay. So do you have any, like, questions for me regarding sales about, like, things that you've been dealing with?
Well, no, the biggest bottleneck, like I said, is the, I have to think about it objection. There's some other stuff regarding, like, ROAS and other stuff with, like, what we're currently doing, but I don't think this is that relevant to this.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe my presentation, because, well, I honestly, you gave me feedback unintentionally where the way you did the presentation is, well, it's granted, you told me every presentation has to be customized. There shouldn't be the same presentation. But when you listen back to one of the calls that I had, like, you mentioned that there was not a lot of retention from the prospect, and I kind of lost the sale on the pitch.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I remember that. Yep.
Maybe I could role play the
Let's do that.
Presentation.
Let's do that. I'll give you, general tip for presentation. You have to really, especially if you're on a Zoom, you can't do this on a phone call, but if you're on a Zoom, you're going to want to make sure that you're looking at them and they're attentive.
Yeah.
If they're, like, going like this or looking at their phone,
Yeah.
then you got to be like, does this make sense? You hear, boss?
Yeah, you have to check in.
Yeah.
I did that today. It was a lot better. I mean, that was still like I didn't close the guy today, but like in sense of when I was pitching him, I made sure every like 20 words I was like, cool.
Yep, cool. We on the same page? Does this make sense? Like just filler things like that. Get a yes from them. Awesome. Just glad you're here.
All right, I have to take a quick commercial break to go empty my bladder. Okay, and we're back.
Okay, so you're gonna have to like judge my body language. I'm actually gonna be like I'm on Zoom. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. So, let me pull up my document because I'm not a trained professional.
So tell me what you do.
Nah. Well, actually, fun fact. I would encourage anyone listening to this to have some type of landing page of sorts. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can go about it, but my landing page, I find a huge difference when someone builds trust and reciprocity and rapport, either watching my VSL or watching like I have two main videos. I have the VSL video, which is like 20 minutes long, me telling them like this is why you need to change, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then the video underneath that is the number one question I kept getting on sales calls was like, how does your program work?
Yeah.
Even though like it kind of does break that down in the VSL, so then the second video is like that.
Yeah.
So realistically, there should be no other objection that someone should give me other than I have to think about it.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so honestly, Bob, like based off of what you told me and what you're currently doing, I can definitely help. Because like you still with me?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. Just check it in, bro.
Yeah.
Because you know how you said what was it again? Like you wanted to lose like 20 pounds.
Yeah, like 25.
Okay, so you want to lose about 25 pounds, and right now, it's like your stamina's really low, your energy's really low. It's not making you feel that great. Your confidence is really low. So this is kind of what I do. I'm just going to break down the program really briefly. Now, before I do, did you get a chance to watch the video or videos that I sent you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, fuck you. Okay. Well, no worries, bro. But basically, I'll just go into a little bit more depth about how the program works. So this is everything that I offer in my program, in my system. And so far, I've helped over 100 people lose 50 pounds. So most coaches, most trainers, they're really only going to give you three things. They're going to give you some like cookie cutter workout plan, some meal plan that's not really customized to your goals to get you to lose the 25 pounds. So you can, I don't know, you said you had like a wedding coming up in September. And honestly, if you get any communication with them, it's going to be very, very bare. That's kind of the norm. So with me, I don't want to just give you some Word document. All right. I don't want to just give you some like diet and like, I like using the analogy. I'm not going to like put you in the ocean with a life jacket on and tell you to swim back. All right. You with me?
Yep.
Okay. I want to completely help you with your nutrition because you mentioned like you don't really know what you're doing with the macros. You've tried this diet and this diet and this diet. And so I want to completely help you learn what to do and how to do it. So this is something sustainable that you can keep off for the rest of your life. Right? So then that way you don't have to struggle with this. And eventually you can be able to eat all your favorite foods and keep this weight off for good. So the workout plan.
Sounds good.
Cool. Awesome, man. Awesome. So the workout plan, the last thing on earth that I'm going to do is press Control-C or Control-V on a keyboard. Are you tech guy? Do you know what I mean by that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm not going to press copy and paste, right? That's not going to help, right? So every body, every person, every program, everything that you need is unique because it's also like you have a different gym setup, right? Like you might go to your home gym, you might go to X, Y, and Z gym. So everything's going to be completely customized to you to ultimately get you to lose the 30 pounds and also build the strength and build the muscle and improve on the stamina that you want. Cool. Does that make sense? What is...
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha, man. Any questions so far?
Yeah. How much do you charge?
Well, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that at the end of, I guess, basically me breaking down everything. I just want to make sure that you have a smooth understanding about how everything works. Is that cool?
Yeah. Like, can you give me like yeah. Okay. Fine.
Cool. Okay. So the last main thing would be accountability. So you'll have access to me obviously 24/7, and there's no such thing as a stupid question. You can ask me whatever you want. You know how when like you were younger, or when you were a kid,
brushing my teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not British, right?
No.
No. So you have good teeth.
Scottish.
So you have okay teeth, wooden teeth. You look like you have good teeth.
Yeah.
Right. Basically, your parents would tell you all the time to brush your teeth, right? And now you have pretty decent teeth. They're not bad. They're not rotten. You're not British. So basically, I had external motivation, and that gave you internal accountability, right? So now it's just really like a habit you have forever. This is one of the biggest reasons you don't really want to be right now, bro. So I want to make sure that we're having results and having value out of the program. So every week we would do a check. We could do it virtually. We could do it live, whatever your preference is.
Mm,
And here's the most important thing.
tell me.
Consistent results.
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep the weight off for the rest of your life. Because honestly, bro, or Bob, whatever your name is, what good is losing 20, 25, 30 pounds if you're going to gain it right back after?
Of course.
Right.
I've already done that. Yeah.
Right. So this is something that can really help you be sustainable. And it's like more of like what you said, like a sustainable lifestyle change. It's not just a matter of losing 20 pounds this time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of losing it for good.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I guess, does that feel as it might be like what you're looking for or could potentially help you with the whole weight loss?
Yeah.
And so why do you feel like it is though?
Yeah, no, it definitely seems like it can help me for sure.
And I guess for you, like, what part of the program do you think is like specifically the most important for you?
Oh, definitely the accountability.
And what do you like about that?
I just like that I can, ask any questions I want.
Awesome, man. Okay. And is there anything else like that you think could specifically help you or that like you really like about the program?
Well, obviously it's not just one thing, like, everything I think could definitely help me lose weight. You've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think, yeah, this seems appropriate. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So is there any questions in terms of, or like, does the whole program like make sense?
Yeah. Can you just like run me through the, like, how do we start?
Yeah, actually, it's pretty simple. So I've created basically like, I call it like a Bible or an onboarding process. So where
What about a Torah?
I could. Mazel tov. Baruch. I didn't know you were Jewish. You're from Scotland. There's not a lot of Scottish Jews.
I'm a Scottish Jew.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You put the tefillin on the kilt.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Anyways, yeah. So basically, I have like I call it the Bible, or in this case, I'll rename it the Torah. Where basically it's a step-by-step process on what to do, how to do it. It breaks it down like how to join the system, how to join the community, everything of that. And then at the end, there is basically a link to book a call with me, and I call it like an onboarding call or our kickoff call. Where then that way, by that point, I'll have your plan basically done, and we'll run through everything.
Awesome.
So-
and then like, what are you doing in like the, before to have everything ready? Like, what does that mean?
What exactly do you mean by that?
Like, you're gonna have my plan ready? How would you have my plan ready? Just from my answers?
Yeah, exactly. So in that Bible, basically, the first step that you would do is answer an onboarding form. And so it's just going to ask a couple questions.
Like, what are the questions?
Yeah, like, for example, what's your name? What's your email? Just that's for, like, filling out your profile,
Yeah.
right? And then it's going to go into more specifics, like, what foods do you like? What foods do you don't like? What have you done in the past in terms of working out? What's your schedule like in terms of your routine?
Oh, I
right?
see.
So all of that would then be put together to make you the custom plan. So that's kind of where I touched on when I'm making you, like, the workout plan, the nutrition plan.
Do you make the plan?
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So like, it's not like someone else making it.
No. This is me. Like I'm a one man show, at least for now. Maybe
I
in the
see.
future, like I would hire like an assistant coach, but that would mainly just be more for fulfillment, not necessarily like I'd still make the plan. They would just help, like text you and make you sure, like accountability.
What if I want to do like a specific diet?
That's not an issue, depending on exactly what you want it to do.
Is that on the form?
Yeah, actually, it is. It asks. There's a question about what is your dietary preference. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to do like I want to do like carnivore.
Actually, I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah. Like, do you know who carnivore, like Paul Saladino is? Carnivore
I think he's
MD.
a bit cuckoo, but yeah.
Yeah, I wanna
he has
do-
some good stuff.
I want to do like what he does. He's like, I really like his content.
Well, do you live in Costa Rica?
No,
No. Well, there's going to be a little logistical issue.
I want to just no, but you know what I mean. Like, I want to do like meat and
Yeah, I'm definitely not opposed to that. So that's actually something similar to my diet, where it's a lot of whole foods and really high protein. I would just say potentially instead of jumping to extremes like that, we would do more of a beginner or basic approach to then eventually get to that point.
Well, what are your thoughts on keto?
Well, we would talk about this or go over this more in depth on the onboarding call.
Okay. Can you like tell, like, is keto like so like, for example, one of my wife's friend, her name is Sally, and she did keto and she like went from this like overweight kind of mutton top to really looking amazing.
Okay.
And like, is that just from keto or?
I think there's a lot of things that are into a part of the process. I don't know Sally personally or who or what she did, right? I can just tell you from both personal experience and working with literally over 100 people lost 50 pounds. they have majority of them tried keto. I tried keto myself. It's not sustainable. So the thing with Sally is she might have lost whatever it was, 50 pounds, 100 pounds. I can almost guarantee you 6 months or a couple of years from now, she will be back in the same position because it's not something that's sustainable, which is the biggest reason we're talking
But that was like 6 months ago. She did it and
Yeah.
she sustained it.
Well, I find that a lot of clients over the years, they don't keep it off, right? Because there's
Really?
when you're on keto, everything is a matter of like eliminating pretty much everything you enjoy, right? So you want to do carnivore. There's a giant difference. Right?
Okay.
You probably like fruits.
What's the difference?
You have carbohydrates basically. Right.
Okay, like all or just like fruit?
Specific amounts. Like for carbohydrates, it's a good important. It's needed for like working out. But again, we would go over this more in depth and in specifics on your onboarding. If this is something that's really important to you in terms of doing carnivore, I would definitely make sure that.
Is there a way to do like keto and carnivore?
No.
Why not?
Because
Like, is that something that we can look at? Like a mixture?
Not necessarily. Because it kind of contradicts each other. Right.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, is there any other questions in terms of the program, how it works, or it's all pretty straightforward?
Yeah, like do you think like if I were to do like maybe like like let's say carnivore, some people say it's like really unhealthy, some people say it's healthy. Like how would we do that?
Well, we would first focus on the basics to get you to understand the fundamentals and macros approach, and then from that point,
So are we tracking calories?
not necessarily if that's something you don't want to do. We can definitely just do like a meal plan approach. But I typically want all clients to have some level of understanding in terms of macros, because then again, this is something that's going to be more sustainable long term.
Oh, so does that mean I'm gonna have to like track all my calories?
Not necessarily if that's not something that you want to do. I can put you on a meal plan, but then you just have to be more consistent with that. I find that a lot of clients aren't going to be 100% consistent with a meal plan.
Oh, I see.
Wow, fuck. Okay. So is there any other questions in terms of the program?
Yeah. Can you just like run me through the workout, like how that works?
Well, what specific questions would you have in terms of the workouts?
Like, I go to LA Fitness right now,
Okay.
and I usually weight train like once a week,
Okay.
and I'll do like a full body.
Okay.
Can I just keep doing that?
No. What specific questions do you have in terms of how my workout routines are made?
That.
Okay, so what you're currently doing isn't the greatest of approaches. I would customize it and give you a better option, and I give you the plan, I give you the workouts, I give you the videos, the sets, reps, etc.
I was looking at the Arnold split. Do you think that's something I should do?
I'm not familiar with the Arnold split.
Or like push pull legs?
That's something that we could explore. I'm not necessarily opposed to that, but again, we would talk about this more in depth on the onboarding call.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure, yeah, because like, you know, a few of my friends have done like certain splits. And like maybe we can do like push pull legs, or like maybe the Arnold split, or maybe like one body part per day. Like you know what I mean? Like the bro split.
Yeah, I mean, again, we would talk about this more in specifics onto the onboarding call. It's a matter of like, I guess, what your preferences are to a certain extent, which is then asked in the onboarding form.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there any other questions in terms of the program?
No.
Okay. Fuck. Thank God. All right.
Well, that's not nice.
Oh, sorry. I thought I muted myself there.
No, it kind of hurt my feelings.
All right. Well, get over it. All right. At this point, Mr. Bobby, now that I've answered 17,000 questions, I don't really have anything else to go over with you. And I think like it looks like we possibly covered honestly what you're really looking for.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
Awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. So really, I guess the next step is we would make some type of arrangement for the program. We would do that like via card, wire, whatever. And at that point, like I mentioned, we would schedule our onboarding / kickoff call. And I'm going to shoot you over like the Torah.
How much is it?
So would that be cool, like for us to move forward, or I guess where would you want to go from here?
Well, how much is it?
Gotcha. So on a scale of 1 to 10.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Fucking stoic. You should be like a mime.
I'm in character.
All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, I guess, 1 being, I don't really like this. It's kind of shit. I don't like, you don't like me, you don't like the program, you don't think it's going to help. and 10 being like, honestly, this is something that I think could really
I
help
think
me.
yeah, no, I think this could help. I'm just like kind of I just want to know like like in order for me to make a decision, I just want to know kind of the price.
Yeah,
You
so
know what I mean? So like
for you though,
if
specifically,
it's like like $5,000.
Yeah.
I don't know if like that's like a lot of money.
yeah.
But if it's like if it's like $200, it's like okay.
But I guess for you specifically, like if you were to just put a number on it, like on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, definitely definitely a 10.
Oh, a 10. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then I guess finances aside, where do you think you are in terms of moving forward?
A 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess then, other than costs, other than finances, would there really be like any reason holding you back from moving forward to make a decision today?
No.
Okay. Cool, bro. So I'll just be like really transparent about this. Like most in-person trainers, most in-person training, is typically going to cost you about like $8,000 for 6 months.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's insane, and they don't really offer or give anywhere near the same like amount of value, program, or service that I do. So the investment for my program is What the fuck should I put my real number? Whatever. The investment for my online coaching program is $3,000, and that is for 6 months.
3K?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still there?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought I cut out for a sec. Um Yeah, can you give me like I have kind of everything I need. Give me like 3 days. Let me just like kind of go over this, mull over it.
So what exactly do you mean by that, bro?
Just kind of want to sit on it a little bit. I'm not the type of person that kind of make decisions like, just like that.
Well, of course. Like, I guess that totally makes sense, like, that you would, I guess, want to think about it. But if you don't mind me asking, like, what exactly do you want to kind of think about?
Like, so this is the thing. Like when I bought my car, like, like I went and saw the cars. Like I really just like sat for a bit and just like, I like to sleep on it because after I sleep on it, like the juices in my head, I just like, really, yeah, I just like to think on it, like to sit on it, like to just kind of absorb.
Gotcha. Well, I guess, is there anything specifically that you wanted to think about?
No, man, like you've kind of given me everything I need. I just kind of want like maybe like, what is it, Thursday today? Maybe like, Sunday we can kind of just like I'll be ready to go.
Okay.
I'll just kind of give you like, yes
So,
or no.
I mean, I guess if you don't mind me asking, if you're ready to go on Sunday, why not just move forward today?
Well, like I said, I just kind of want to, sleep on it.
And so, is there anything specifically that you would need to think about?
Not, to be honest, you've done actually a great job. You've like, laid everything out for me. You've given me everything that I need, which I appreciate. You've answered all my questions. Just give me 3 days. I'm just going to go over it. Just kind of sleep on it. And then, Sunday we'll check in. I'll shoot you a text and then we'll take it from there.
Well, if there's nothing to really, if I've answered every question, then there's not really much to think about, would you say?
Yeah, no, like like you've given me everything I need for sure. 100%. You've done a great job. So I just want to like, like I'm not the type of person to make decisions on like the calls just like that. I just kind of want some time, like 3 days, even like 2 days, man. It's like I just want to like sleep on it, really digest it.
Okay. Well, if you work with me, no, I'm not gonna do the Tanner Chitson fucking thing. Okay.
Yeah, come on. Here, let me give you some direction.
I'm kind of lost.
Is it a price or a certainty objection? Take it
Oh,
from there.
yeah, you told me that. Okay. So for you, I guess then, boss, like, is it more a matter of price, or is it just simply a matter of, like, you want to, like, sit back on the rocking chair and, like, ponder about the program?
I just want to think about it. Like,
And I guess, still, like, when you say you have to think about it, what exactly would there be to think about?
To be honest, I'm just like, I like to just like I said, when I bought my car, like I kind of just like I didn't buy it on the spot. The guy wanted me to, but I was like, give me a few days. And then I went back and I bought it. You know what I mean? So like, just some time to think and sleep and digest and be like, okay, this, and then take it from there. Because like $3,000 is not like it's not a small investment, but I can definitely probably do it.
Yeah, but I guess if it's not a matter of, if you're just needing to think about it and there's not really much to think about because we've kind of gone over everything and you said like there's really no questions, then would you say like this is just a simple matter of like pulling the trigger financially?
Like if it's like, what do you mean? If it's like too much or?
Yeah, I mean like is this is like it's just a matter of like you being uncomfortable with paying that amount up front?
No, I don't think it's really like financials for me. Like financially, it all kind of checks out. Like $3,000 is not that much. I make that in like, a week, not even like, so yeah, just like I like to, process, think, and yeah, see if this is like truly the best option for me.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but we've gone over the whole program. You don't really have any more questions.
For sure.
And you have the funds available in terms of like you make around the $3,000 a week.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have all of that and you have pretty much all the information needed to kind of make a decision, I would just say let's go ahead and move forward because you have all of that. Does that sound fair enough?
Like, I just really want like just 3 days. Like what is your schedule? Maybe we can just like Sunday. I'll give you a call. Like I just want to like I want to go over it, think about it. Just kind of see.
Yeah, man. So look, typically in this, I guess, scenario or what I would do in like a situation like this, I get it. If you want to think about it and you don't like, I was once in your shoes. I'll be honest. When I was in your shoes, I told my coach the same thing. And then he was like, look, I guarantee you'll lose like 100 pounds if you work with me. And then I worked, like I signed up and I moved forward with him. Right. I do have like a conditional, or I do have a guarantee with clients, where like if you work with me and you don't get the results you're looking for, you get a full refund. But I don't really feel like that's like the biggest reason to like, I guess, push you to move forward or not. What I would do in situations like this, if you really want to think about it, and how long, I guess, would you need to make a decision? Like genuinely.
Yeah, like 3 days.
Like 3 days. That seems like a lot, doesn't it?
Like, yeah, probably like 2 to 3 days. Yeah, around that.
Genuinely, what's probably gonna happen, bro, is we're gonna hop off this call. You're gonna go like cook dinner. You're gonna go check your phone. You're gonna go check with your wife, or not. And then you're gonna probably forget like 99% of this conversation ever happened. And then Sunday, you're gonna be like, honestly, most people probably won't even show up on Sunday. But then what I would do in this case scenario is if you're really serious about like moving forward, like this is definitely something you want to do like 100%, right? Mm-hmm. And you like everything and like, I guess, finance aside, like this is something you would want to do like 100%.
Yeah, like it all, like from what you've given me, all of the information checks out. I just like, like I said, I'm not really, the type of person to just like go ahead on sales call. I just want like, a little bit of time.
Okay, so then honestly, bro, like what I would then suggest we do is we would do a refundable deposit. And basically all that's going to show me and yourself is like a level of commitment that you're actually serious about wanting to do this and wanting to move forward.
How much is that?
So the refundable deposit would basically be like the first month installment, like same amount, so it'd be $500.
Like I'll pay in full. That's fine. Like I'll pay the $3,000. I just like, dude, just 3 days. Is 3 days like is that like a deal breaker for you?
Yeah. So I appreciate that you want to pay in full, bro, and I'm more than happy to like we could figure obviously that out, e-transfer or card, whatever. But if you really are set on thinking about it, this just literally shows me and yourself that you're serious about wanting to do this. And
I am serious.
Yeah. So this is I'm going to emphasize the word refundable. So by no way, shape, or form, if you tell me like, hey man, I thought it over, like on Sunday when we talk at like 2 p.m., if you're like, hey dude, I thought it over, I don't think I can move forward, the last thing I'm going to do is like keep your deposit. It's just literally a show to me and yourself that you're genuinely going to think about it and you genuinely want to move forward.
No, I get it. And I do want to move forward. And this is something that I 100% like, dude, this is something I want to be a part of and I will be a part of. Like, I honestly think that this is something that's like, 100% checked out. And this is the thing, like you won't have to chase me down. You don't have to like, oh, 3 days. Like I'll, Sunday I will call you, okay? And I'll give you that money in full. I just need some time to just kind of mull it over.
I mean, at this point, I have no idea what else to say.
I'm just drilling you right now with this. This is your hardest, like this is the one you're having the most trouble with, right?
Yeah, but at this point, when I've looped more than 4 or 5 times, they hop off the call.
Yeah, yeah,
Because they're not this nice.
yeah.
Because they run out of logical things to say.
Can I give you a framework here?
Sure.
I'll tell you how you're fucking up here. So, this is clearly not a price objection. This is a certainty objection.
Yeah.
Okay? So, you have to dig on certainty. Okay? So, do you want to give me the same objection? I want to think about it because whatever.
I want to... Yeah, sure. I need to think about it.
Yeah, for sure. When you say you want to think about it, is it more of an if I should do this, or is it more of a how I can do this?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess it's a bit of both.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's a matter of like how I could do it because I don't know if the program's going to work for me or because I haven't done it yet. And then like if I could do it because like I failed on so many other shit. I failed on so much other shit in the past.
And what was that like? Failing in other things in the past?
I hated it.
And you worked with other coaches before?
I worked with like some dietitians and nutritionists, but that didn't really ever like work.
Is there a reason why they failed?
They're dumb.
Like, did you follow the process in full?
Yeah, for the most part.
What do you mean by the most part?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I followed the plan. I just think like they like wanted me to cut out meat and like things that I enjoyed because
I see.
Yeah, it didn't gel.
So you didn't really follow the program in full?
Well, no, not like really what they told me because it wasn't really like that great.
Okay. Honestly, I don't want to sound rude or anything, and this probably will sound rude, but do you think if you potentially followed that meal plan in full, you would have gotten success?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't think I could have followed it because it wasn't really like for me. Like they wanted me to cut out like meat. I like meat. I like chomping on meat.
And is that going to put a bad taste in your mouth? Not literally, but like working with fitness coaches in the future?
I mean, maybe, yeah, but like that's like, I mean, I've watched some of your like videos and I think like this could work. I just need to think about it.
So like, I guess because you've worked with these other coaches in the past and you've done this, it's just like you're hesitant to move forward, correct?
I guess you could say that, but it's like I don't really like come to like when it comes to big financial decisions, I like always like to think it over, It's like I don't want to like jump to like giant conclusions.
Yeah, no, for sure. Dude, I get it, bro. I get it. Dude, I totally understand. But like, I just want to make sure because like, dude, I've worked with so many business mentors before and they've fucked me right in the bum. Okay. So I just want to make sure that like, like, is this something that like you're maybe a little bit hesitant just because like, you've worked with other coaches, you've gotten burnt before. It's like, I don't want to get burnt again.
Yeah, it seems about right.
Yeah. And let me ask you this. Have you had a girlfriend before?
For the sake of this role play, I will say yes.
Okay. You've had a girlfriend before and you're married right now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And let's say that first girlfriend that that you dated, you liked her, she maybe broke up with you, whatever, it ended. Did that like stop you from dating girls in the future forever?
Nah, for a time.
For a time?
Yeah.
Why did you get back into it?
I don't want to die alone.
So you felt like you needed to go out and find your wife that who you're with right now, right?
Yeah.
Do you love your wife?
A little bit.
I love my wife too. Right? There we go. So that didn't, even though you got burned, like, you could have easily given up. A lot of people probably would have given up, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see how this could potentially relate to this case at all?
Yeah.
In what ways?
Well, if you give up, if I'm never gonna give you up, I don't know, if you give up and you don't and you don't try and try again, then nothing's gonna change, and like you're just gonna stay stuck.
And what if you do stay stuck?
Probably kill myself.
Why is that?
I'd be like super depressed and like I don't like looking at myself in the mirror and like my health is gonna go to shit.
Really?
Yeah, probably. I mean, maybe I'm being over dramatic. Nothing's really gonna change. It's gonna make me feel like shit.
And what would that like? This is kind of, I guess, kind of personal, but like, what would that kind of be like?
Like very depresso, drinking espresso.
So this is something that like for me, like when I started my business, I needed to make money because like I dropped out of school, right? And that was like the pain that I needed. Like I had pain from dropping out of school, and that like was related to, okay, I need to make money and not be in this state of pain. So for you, like, is this something that like is super serious? Because it seems like you're in a little bit of pain right now.
Yeah, this is something like I really want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of like logically, like,
Emotion.
do you see how that kind of played out a little bit?
Yeah. I like that question, where it was like, I forget it, but I'm gonna re-listen to this. Where it was like, what did you say? It was like, in or out or some shit like that. I forget.
Yeah, I'll give it to you right now. It's is this more of an if I should do this or a how I can do this?
Yeah. No, because that isolates the I have to think about objection, and then you know if it's finances or not. Because if it's finances, I'm pretty confident 9 times out of 10 I can handle it.
Oh, it's so easy. Financial objections are, yeah. But certainty objections are where it's difficult.
And that's the thing I've been struggling with the most.
Yeah.
That's every call that I've had that are qualified, because there's been like 2 in the last couple of days that are just broke as a joke. But the ones that I've had that are qualified, they haven't closed. I mean, can I say with 100% certainty if I still had this framework they would? No, but I could say probably 1 of 2 would have, which is a lot better than 0 of 2.
Then 0.
Yeah.
That could be a matter of, $5,000.
Literally.
Yeah. 100%. All right. So just to give a brief framework for those, we're just going to end it kind of roughly here. We've been going for a little bit.
Yeah.
But just to give a brief framework of certainty objections, the last thing you do on certainty objections is go logical. A lot of people will go logical. You cannot go logical. You have to go emotional, and you have to really figure out their why. Okay. So usually they'll say, I want to think about it. Or it's like if I should do this. And you say, okay, when you say if I should do this, like, what do you kind of mean by that? Oh, like it's either burnt in the past, or it's either they're not 100% about the program. And then you just kind of dig into what they're about, right? So like, yeah, is this like super important to you? And that's like the tonality, Adam, that you have to master as well. And I wouldn't say I'm perfect with it, but I've gotten it down
really
pretty
solid,
good.
yeah.
Is the confused empathetic tonality.
Yeah.
It's like, it just opens people up like a girl standing on the street corner in whatever. You get what I mean. But
That's true.
But yeah, you really have to, like, pause. Yeah, man, I totally pause. Get it. Like, what's that kind of like though, if you don't mind me asking? Like, you can almost whisper in a sense. But yeah, okay. So that was actually a decently long
Yeah, we went
run.
like an hour.
Fuck, that was decently long. That was
Yeah.
good though. We did role play. Thanks for watching. Go follow this guy on Instagram
Well, or not.
or not. He also has a YouTube. Go follow his YouTube.
Yeah, follow my YouTube. Don't steal my ideas. I'll be sad, but like you do you. That's dog eat dog world.
There we go. And then one more thing before we end. If you have a specific objection, because there's millions of objections, if you have an objection, drop it in the comments. Give me like a video idea. Maybe I'll make something about that and answer your questions. Thanks for watching.